No, that formula wouldn't make sense because Cincinnati would be higher, so it can't be that one. And it can't be this formula because Michigan State would have fallen further. But at the same time, it couldn't be that formula either because Michigan State would be ranked over Michigan. What formula are you using, playoff committee? I'm so confused. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude. Hey, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. This channel is home of at least one college football video every single day. I am so confused on what metrics the playoff committee actually used to come up with these rankings. Head-to-head matters. Bad losses matter. Looking bad even though you won matters. Yeah, but you put it all together and your new rankings don't make sense. Well, first, let's take a look at last week's ranking to see where everybody ended up this week. 1 Georgia, 2 Alabama, 3 Michigan State, 4 Oregon, 5 Ohio State, 6 Cincinnati, 7 Michigan, 8 Oklahoma, 9 Wake Forest, 10 Notre Dame, 11 Oklahoma State, 12 Baylor, 13 Auburn, 14 Texas A&M, 15 BYU, 16 Ole Miss, 7 Mississippi State, 18 Kentucky, 19 NC State, 20 Minnesota, 21 Wisconsin, 22 Iowa, 23 Fresno State, 24 San Diego State, and 25 Pitt. Now, one thing's for certain, Georgia is the #1 team in the nation. No question about that. They're 9-0. They whooped Missouri 43-6 at home. Definitely no problem with that. Number 2 for this week, Alabama. They're 8-1, and they barely beat a mediocre LSU team at home. In fact, it took a last-minute bat down of a Hail Mary for them to beat LSU. Because if LSU would have made that touchdown, kicked an extra point, they would have won. But Alabama does escape with the win, 20-14. Guys, can y'all really sit there or stand there, whatever you're doing, and truly say that Alabama is the #2 team in the nation at this point in time with a straight face? I can't do it. If you can, you're beyond help. Alabama does not look like the #2 team in the nation right now. Number 3, Oregon, 8-1. They jump up one spot. They beat their rival Washington on the road, 26-16. Number 4, Ohio State. They're also 8-1. They jump up one spot. They went on the road, beat Nebraska 26-17. Okay, so they kept Oregon above Ohio State, saying head-to-head matters. I get that. Number 5, Cincinnati. They actually bumped Cincinnati up one spot. Still undefeated, 9-0, beat Tulsa at home 28-20. Took a last-second fumble by Tulsa for Cincinnati to win. That was a crazy game. Okay, wait. So they ranked Cincinnati at number 6 last week because they said Cincinnati hasn't looked good. Well, they didn't look good this week, and they bumped them up a spot. So it didn't matter this week that they looked bad, but before it did. This doesn't make any sense. Number 6, Michigan. They're also 8-1, up one spot. They beat Indiana at home 29-7. Number 7, this is where Michigan State fell. They're 8-1, but they lost to Purdue on the road, 40-29. I mean, let's call it what it is. They got embarrassed on the road. Wait a minute. This actually contradicts yourself. Previously, you're saying head-to-head does matter, but by ranking Michigan ahead of Michigan State, you're saying head-to-head doesn't matter. Which is it? Number 8 stays the same. Oklahoma, 9-0. They were on a bye week. Number 9, Notre Dame, 8-1, up one spot. Whoop Navy at home 34-6. Number 10, Oklahoma State, the Cowboys, now a top 10 team. 8-1, jump up one spot. Whoop my West Virginia Mountaineers on the road 24-3. Oklahoma State, they look like a dangerous team. Number 11, Texas A&M, 7-2, up 3 spots. They beat number 13, Auburn, at home 20-3. Number 12, Wake Forest. This is where the Demon Deacons fall. They're 8-1, fell 3 spots, lost to North Carolina on the road 58-55. Crazy game. I thought Wake Forest was going to win that game. They had a 2-touchdown lead in the 4th quarter. Squandered it away. Okay. Wake Forest fell 3 spots. They're saying a bad loss kind of matters. Okay, I get that. Number 13, Baylor. They only fell 1 spot. They're 7-2, and they lost on the road to a bad TCU 30-28. Only 1 spot. Baylor falling 1 spot after losing to a bad TCU contradicts themselves again, saying a bad loss doesn't matter. That's another contradiction. Number 14, BYU, 8-2, up 1 spot after beating Cupcake Idaho State at home 59-14. Number 15, Ole Miss, 7-2, up 1 spot. Beat Liberty at home 27-14. Number 16, NC State, looking like a good team in the ACC. 7-2, up 3 spots. Beat Florida State on the road 28-14. Number 17, Auburn, 6-3, down 4 spots. Lost to number 14, Texas A&M on the road 20-3. They got embarrassed. Number 18, Wisconsin, 6-3, up 3 spots. Went on the road and flat out humiliated Rutgers 52-3. Number 19, Purdue, 6-3. They were non-ranked last week, but with a great home win against number 3, Michigan State, 40-29. Number 20, Iowa, up 2 spots. They're 7-2. Beat Northwestern 17-12 on the road. Number 21, Pitt, up 4 spots, 7-2. Went on the road, took care of Duke, 54-29. Number 22, San Diego State, 8-1, up 2 spots. Beat Hawaii on the road, 17-10. Number 23, I like this, UTSA, undefeated, 9-0. They went on the road, beat UTEP 44-23. I'm glad that they finally rewarded UTSA. They deserve to be ranked. Number 24, Utah, 6-3. They were non-ranked. They went on the road and whooped Stanford 52-7. Wait, didn't Stanford beat Oregon? Yeah, they did. I knew they beat Oregon. I would say as bad as Stanford is looking and Utah blowing them out, that would be considered a bad loss by Oregon to Stanford. But at this point, that doesn't matter at all. Another contradiction. And finally, number 25, Arkansas, 6-3. Beat number 17, Mississippi State 30-28 at home. We all knew the playoff committee shouldn't have ranked Mississippi State, and it only took 1 week to prove that to be true. The 4 teams that got knocked out. Of course, number 17, Mississippi State. They went on the road and got beat by Arkansas, who was on a 3-game losing streak. Number 18, Kentucky, they got knocked out. They are on a 3-game losing streak. They actually got beat at home by Tennessee, 45-42. So Mississippi State and Kentucky got booted out. I mean, we're talking 7-8 spots out of the playoff rankings because of bad losses. But we saw earlier in the rankings, those teams weren't punished or hardly punished for bad losses. See what I'm saying? The contradictions are everywhere. Number 20, Minnesota, they got knocked out. They got beat at home by Illinois, 14-6 in a snooze fest. What a boring game that was. And finally, number 23, Fresno State, they got booted. They got beat at home by Boise State, 40-14. Boise State, not a very good team, but they're pretty good at going on the road and upsetting people. Just ask BYU. Don't forget to check out my good friends at TriStateWoodSketch.com. All you have to do is send them the picture, and they'll transfer it on the wood. They do family photos, couples photos, logos of your favorite team, all shapes and sizes. Right now, he's running a buy one, get one free special. If you mention that Golden Blue Dude sent. So here's the thing that confuses me. They say head-to-head matters, okay? So they have Oregon ranked above Ohio State. Okay, I understand that. But if that's the case, why do you have Michigan ranked ahead of Michigan State? I get it, Michigan State just lost, but they own the head-to-head tiebreaker over Michigan. Here was the playoff committee's response. Well, before the Michigan State game, Michigan looked like a more complete team. We thought they were the better team. But since they lost to Michigan State, we had to reward Michigan State for that. Well, now that Michigan State lost, we can go back to what we were thinking. Michigan looks more like a complete team. Huh? So head-to-head doesn't matter? I'm so confused. And also, not looking good all of a sudden doesn't matter. Alabama didn't look good at home against LSU. Nothing happened. I'll even go to the team that I'm rooting for, Cincinnati. Did not look good against Tulsa. They get bumped up 1 spot. I am so baffled here, guys. What metrics are we using? Does head-to-head matter or does it not? Does not looking good even though you win matter or does it not? Somebody please explain this to me. Now, I'm not saying that I disagree with these rankings. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is they're contradicting themselves with where they're ranking teams and what they're saying matters. What actually matters? Just come out and say it. If it's money, just say it. Hey, we want the teams that's going to produce the most money. That's what we want. We want to expand the playoffs, and this all fits that narrative. So let's get through this year, make the most money we can, and get the playoff expansion passed as soon as possible so we can make more money. Just come out and say it. We already know it. Just come out and say it. So anyways, y'all let me know, what do you agree with the new playoff rankings for this week, and what do you disagree with? That's probably going to be the best debate, that latter part of what I just said. What you disagree with. Quick reminder about my score prediction contest. Every single week I pick out one game and a tiebreaker game for my Patreons to guess the score. Whoever gets the closest to the actual score wins $20 every single week. Blue members get one guess prediction per week, gold members get 2 guess predictions per week, and champion members get 4 guess predictions per week. Congratulations once again to Paul Riggs. You won this week's score prediction contest. That gives you 4 wins, and I'm pretty sure you're going to win that plaque, crowning you the champion of my first year of the score prediction contest. This week's game is going to be number 8 Oklahoma at number 13 Baylor, and the tiebreaker game is going to be number 16 NC State at number 12 Wake Forest. So join my Patreon page and send me your score predictions. Anyways, that's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.